Good morning, white readers, and happy Friday. We've made it through another week of distance learning. We're here today for lesson 11, which is a review, which is good because we're in the right spot of the book. We have finished chapter 4 and we're about halfway through the book. And usually that's when things start to get a little bit bigger, the problem gets bigger, but then as we go from the half of the book to the very end, everything kind of gets solved and wraps it together and puts a bow on it. So we're going to spend today summarizing, which is a skill that is really important for readers. We're going to be summarizing what's been happening in the chapters 1 through 4. And you have an option today. You can do that through illustrations, or you can do that for writing. So if you like to draw, you might choose that option. If you're a strong writer and prefer writing, that might be your option for today. So let's jump right in to that presentation and start looking at what we have for today. All right, so I have a chapter 1 through 4 presentation. Let me find it. Why can I not find it? There it is. Okay, so Miami Jackson has been at Camp Atwater and he's made some friends. He's made a friend with a boy named Kenneth. So we have a lot to summarize. So here's your materials and supplies. Just your notebook and a pencil, crayons and colored pencils if you're going to do the illustration part, and chapters 1 through 4, which I've included in this presentation. And it'll be at the end and you can go through it as you need it. Our learning goals for today, we're going to practice summarizing the major events in a story. And the way that we're going to show that we know how to summarize is that we're going to actually do that for chapters 1 through 4. And again, I've already told you, you have an option. You can draw or you can write. So how do you summarize? Well, the thing with a summary is a lot has happened so far. But even if we just take one chapter, a lot has happened in one chapter. So your job is to shrink it and use as fewest words as possible to tell the most important parts of the story. So this is an acronym, SWBST, an acronym that a lot of teachers use to teach their students how to summarize. So this is what it stands for. S, somebody. Who's the main character? Well, in art, it would be who for us? That's right, Miami Jackson. The W is wanted. What does the main character want? Well, yes, he wants a lot of things. But the B stands for but. What's the problem? Remember, when we have just one story, a small paragraph, we usually have one problem. But when you have a book, you're going to have multiple problems throughout it. So we're going to look at the problems in each chapter separately. The S stands for so. How does the character try to solve his problem? And then T is then. How does the story end? But in our case, it's going to be, how did this chapter end? So a summary is SWBST. Now, I've included down in the comments below 2 videos from YouTube. One is a summary song using just this acronym, Somebody Wanted But So Then. Somebody wanted but so then. See how it's catchy? And it helps you remember that when you're doing your summary. Somebody wanted but so then. But then there's also a little video that is a teacher teaching those pieces in kind of like a drawing type of video. And that way I think both of them will help you understand how to summarize. So I'm going to summarize a little bit of what I've just said to you. So we have somebody wanted, but so then. Well, I'm sorry, I went a little bit too fast. So at this point, if you want to pause and watch the videos, again, you can pause this video, go down to the comment section, and you can click on the 2 videos that are there. One is a summarizing song and one is a summary lesson. And then you can come right back here and finish what we have going on. I'm going to summarize chapter 1 to help show you what I mean. So if we want to use the acronyms SWBST, somebody wanted, but so then, this would be chapter 1. Our somebody is Miami. What did he want? Well, in a very short, brief statement, Miami wants to have fun at Camp Atwater. It's his summer vacation. He loves baseball. He's at a camp that is all about baseball. But what's the problem? Remember, but Destiny is at the camp and he's met a boy in his lodge named Kenneth, and Kenneth is kind of a bully. See how I'm keeping it short and sweet? So the so is, what does the character do to try to solve his problem? Well, we've seen so far that Miami tried to be friendly with Kenneth. And also, you'll notice that Miami tries to be positive. He kind of keeps things flowing, tries to have a positive attitude. The then. So, how did chapter 1 end? Well, you'll remember at the very end, they decided that they're going to name their baseball team. And they argued about it a little bit, but at the end, they decided that they would name themselves the Atwater Pikes. And Miami thinks it sounds like a winning team. Remember, I said something about Miami's attitude? It's a great attitude. Well, that's what I mean by that. Miami says, hey, that sounds like a winning team. And then that chapter ends. So if I'm going to write the assignment, I'm going to take these bulleted ideas that I've brainstormed with my acronym SWBST, and I'm going to put that into a paragraph. It might sound something like this. In chapter 1, Miami has arrived at Camp Atwater, and he is ready to have a summer of fun. But he notices that Destiny has been invited to camp by String also. He decides not to let that bother him, but when he goes to his lodge, he notices that they have an older camper named Kenneth, who's quite a bully. But Miami, he tries to be friendly with Kenneth and to keep a positive attitude. At the end of chapter 1, the team decides to name themselves the Atwater Pikes, and Miami thinks it sounds like a winning team. That's it. It's not a ton, but if I really like to draw, I might just illustrate. I could illustrate a couple of things. It could be the scene at when Miami's just arriving and he sees Destiny off to the side, like, oh no, she's going to ruin my summer. Or it might be in the lodge when they're meeting Kenneth. Remember, you have a picture of that when Kenneth throws his bag on the bunk and says, that's mine. Or it could be when the boys are all together trying to name their team. Any of those would be great pictures to summarize chapter 1. So again, you're going to pause. If you want to go back and watch those videos, you can. They'll always be in the comment section for you to refer back to. So I've shown you chapter 1. Now you can take my brainstorming from chapter 1 and use it for your first chapter. That would be completely fine. Your job is going to be the other chapters on your own. So I'm going to move my video down here. So this is the lesson 11 learning activities. All right. So we're going to write the date and lesson 11 at the top of our notebook paper, just like I have in this example. And you're going to write or draw a summary of each chapter. Think about what your strength is and what you feel like doing today. And you know what? It's completely okay with me if you want to draw some of them and write some of them. Do a mixture. Remember, a summary is brief and in your own words if you're doing the writing part. And use the SWBST model. That song's probably stuck in your head. I know it was stuck in mine. So the remainder of this video, I'm just going to be showing you the pages of the book. Pause as you need to. And at the end, I'm just including these pages so that you can reread some of the chapters if you need to. All right, that's it, friends. Hopefully that you are enjoying this book, and we're going to be wrapping up, and on Monday we get to start and jump in with chapter 5. So enjoy either your activity today. I can't wait to see your work. Go ahead and post that to your portfolio, and I'll see you on Monday. Bye for now.